yeah. I think Everything Everywhere at Once with Michelle
Mm-hmm.
Yeoh. Dude, man, that's a classic joint. That's a
Yeah,
modern age classic.
let's get into that, man. Let's get into that. I want to get your take on that, bro.
I bet. So I heard about this film online, just great reviews, just kind of just nice word of mouth on the internet about it. And I asked my friend who I know is a Harry Potter fan. I was like, "Hey man, you like Harry Potter one? You want to check? You gonna check out the Dumbledore shit?" And he actually told me I'd rather see the Everything Everywhere at Once. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Because I was gonna see it like 2 weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, right after Sonic, and I just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we went. I went this Sunday, well, Easter Sunday, and no expectations. I knew it kind of dealt with the multiverse kind of thing. I saw a trailer for it. I think when I saw Batman or something, the Batman, and I was just astonished, man. The execution of the idea of kind of like an indie film version of like the multiverse. You know what I mean? It kind of had that aspect of the multiverse meets the Matrix meets sort of like Inception, but
Hmm.
with like a core family storyline where it's complex, but it's also simplistic at the same time. It's really hard to describe. The acting is Michelle Yeoh should just get numerous awards for it. Everyone from here is from top to bottom excellent. I didn't even know that the character interest, the main love interest, basically the main male character for this film. I forgot his name, but he plays Short Round. He's Short Round from the Indiana Jones films, and
Oh,
his
word?
yeah, and this is just him an adult, all grown up, middle aged or whatnot, man, and he just put on one hell of a performance of just acting because he had to act out basically different versions of himself from different realities too. So this was like just like whoa, like where I don't know where he's been since Indiana Jones. He might have been cutting up in indies. I don't know, man, but I'm glad some reappeared now for this film, dude. But I mean, just synopsis for the listeners out there is this basic story of Michelle Yeoh's character is like overstressed, overworked laundromat manager who owns a business with her husband and takes care of her father and takes care of her daughter, and pretty much the life sucks as a family. And she's stressed. They owe taxes, they owe money to the IRS essentially, and oh gosh, I cannot believe the name. Um, gosh, I can't. Jamie. Hold on, man. Jeez, dude, I can't believe I forgot her name. I'm not even drinking right now. I must be tired, man. But they owe taxes, and she's trying to keep the family kind of like she's just all business. And then she gets kind of a weird signal from the multiverse saying if she does these actions, things will change, and it's up to her to save all of reality because of this super crazy kind of villain that's after her because she has the key to save everything. So it's just really, I know it's a lot of, I know that might have been a mouthful, but when you see it, it explains itself in a simplistic way, in a
Hmm.
very artistic way of just, it's got martial arts, it has comedy, it has drama, it has romance, it has
Mm-hmm.
just a really, uh, I think in a lot of films, and it felt very genuine.
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
with that being said, then like, because it brings up an interesting question that kind of had me thinking about this here. Um,
Hmm.
we're in this, in the April, we're going into the summer season of movies. We kind of
Okay.
talked about this before of how you get that normally in years past, the first quarter of the year tends to be a little bit slower as far as
Mm,
movies that you're going to the theater to see. And as
yeah.
we are in our adult lives now, and like going to the movies now is something you really got to commit time to. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like you really have to commit time to get up, make a drive, whatever, because there's so many things that are going on. Is
Mhm.
this
My dad defeated Frieza, and now there's an even bigger problem. It's called cancel culture. Hey guys, help us out by lending us your energy. Hit the like button.
the kind of movie that you would say warrants going out of your way to see in theaters? Is this one of those things where if I don't see this in the theater, I'm not going to get the kind of experience that I would get watching this from home?
Most definitely. This
Mm-hmm.
is a go to theater, go to movies, see experience. It deserves your money. This is one of those films where people talk about lack of originality or lack of,
Mm-hmm.
just everything kind of cookie cutter and by the numbers. This is a film that's essentially made to basically establish that, hey, there's still creativity, there's still movie magic that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
require a big blockbuster budget. You know what I mean? Like there's still creativity. There's still different. There's still it's just I've learned going to the school. It's bullshit how there's no original ideas and Hollywood has run out of ideas. That's bullshit. Hollywood, there's plenty of ideas, plethora of ideas. It's just these companies playing it safe and picking up whatever it can get the best return on investment. So this is one of those gems that just got approved, and I don't think it has a big budget. It has a lot of heart, and the execution was really flawless, man. So this is something I got similar feelings to this like when I saw Tenet. You know what I'm saying? In
Okay.
the theaters.
Okay.
This was like a
Yeah.
similar feeling I got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
definitely, it deserves your money for sure to go to theaters and see.
so I guess so in a different era. Let's say we hopped in a time machine and we went back to, let's say, 2006,
All right.
2007, right? This would be one of those that would be in the DVD collection. This would be in the DVD collection, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think this would have been possible back 2006, 2007 from a special effect point of view, but something like
Mm-hmm.
this is going straight to DVD. This is a straight to DVD film back then, 2006. It's not
Oh
because
man,
the concept is it helps that the superhero genre.
you were saying like with the special effects and everything like that, they might not have been able to pull it off in that other era. But I guess the question that I was trying to ask is, do you think that do you think that in because I guess the way I'm trying to envision this movie is this is one of these movies that you would see and you want to come back to it. When I mention the DVD collection, I'm saying this in terms of a movie that you know you're enjoying and you're always going to enjoy it no matter
Mhm.
how much time passes, because you're able to attach that cinematic movie theater experience to it, and then each time you watch it after that, there's still a piece of that experience that carries over. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Most definitely, most definitely. It's just the characters and the story that just the chemistry and the story itself. It's really it's a family drama. It's weirdly enough it's a rated R family drama. Very modern, very modern. It gives you such a like an insight to the Asian American experience, so to speak, too, as well. That I would say honestly, it's gives more of an insight to that culture than a movie like Shang-Chi, to be honest with you, on a sense of just because it's a little bit, it's fantastical, but it's all Michelle Yeoh's character Evelyn has to take that old world kind of old time feel, and that her daughter Joy is LGBTQ and has a white girlfriend, and she keeps that secret from him, and it's just a lot of clash of like customs and traditions, and they own a laundromat, so they have that business side to them too. And just it's just a nice insight to that culture. You just really feel for Evelyn. She is the worst version of herself, which makes her unique. So she literally could see her lifestyle if she made different choices, and they're pretty much all better She all has better outcomes from different verses. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like her accepting that myself, but also she fixes a views her husband differently. She views her father differently. It's one of those I definitely go see it again. And it's just got bits and pieces of like Kung Fu Hustle in there. You know what I'm saying? With the fight choreography and the humor, Matrix in there being like plugged like of explaining things of how you can inherit different attributes from a different reality of yourself by or different acquiring skill sets. It's just fun, man, and really imaginative, and it's definitely one for the books. I probably say it's my number one movie for 2022 so far.
I mean, yeah, man. Like, I need to go see this joint, man. I need to get around to seeing that joint, man, because I feel like, and we've kind of discussed this earlier, and some we'll probably talk about a little bit later here, but I feel like with streaming being what it is now, when you go to the movies, it feels even more of a necessity for I need to be able to come away with something when I go to the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I need to walk away
Mm-hmm.
from that with some type of experience that is gonna matter to where I could justify not only spending whatever it's gonna cost to go, but the sacrifice of my time to sit there and stop
Mm-hmm.
everything that I'm doing with my life and consume this entertainment. It sounds like this movie is the embodiment of that. And I'm kind of pissed off that just, with finals and everything like that coming up this week, it's a little bit kind of, it's a little bit disappointing, man, that time just isn't there. But
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
when the time is right, man, I'm gonna get around to checking this joint out, man. So scale of 1 to 10,
I
how we rating this joint, brother? How we rating this joint?
Um, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna have a little bit new scale per se, in the sense that
Mhm.
this, in terms of execution, successfully it told its message.
Okay.
I mean, Movie Bob gave it a 10 out of 10. I'm giving this thing a 10 out of 10. Just on the execution and everything that it was intended, and just very mad. This is, but it's still accessible or this indie critic to really dig into. It's not like a slow movie indie film where just drama and no special effects. It has bits and pieces of everything where people of all ages can really go for the ride and enjoy it. So you good luck to anyone out there who's trying to go see this film, because I know it's difficult to find screenings for this thing, especially with I think Doctor Strange around the corner. But if you can't, I say it deserves it when it first comes out on a home release for sure.
Oh,
I'm
man.
probably gonna cop the
Hey.
Blu-ray.
Oh, it's okay. So yeah, all right. I guess okay. So, and this is just right off of the dome here, bro. But
Hi, man.
I think with our reviews, scale of 1 to 10 might be a little bit too cookie cutter, man. I think
Uh-huh.
the way that from here on out, when it comes to reviews, we should judge it on the scale of, am I gonna stream it later on, or
Uh-huh.
will I cop it for the collection? I think
Mm.
that's the new scale that we need to
Okay.
judge this on. Because
Gotcha. Switch it up. I
there's
like that.
there's plenty of movies out there that we could say are 8 out of 10, whatever, highly rated. But am I really gonna spend my money on this just so that I can have a version of it for myself, or am I willing to
Mm.
just say, you know what? At some point, I'll watch it on whatever streaming service it's on. Like, that should be the new scale on the behind the scene podcast.
All
So, you know,
right.
so I got it. I got it right here. We're gonna say one time watch, streaming, or for the collection. And from what you're saying, this is one that's for the collection.
Definitely one of those for the collection, man. This is a gem that will keep on giving too. You have family that comes over, they never seen it. This is something you could throw on, you can rewatch it and enjoy it again with them. You know what I'm saying? It just got very imaginative ways of like killing and harming people, but also not harming people in the same time. It's
Hmm.
it's it's weird to say. Like there are times where there's damage to be intended, or there's times that, like, of course, there's self-defense, but there's also like a cool sequence where like she doesn't want to harm them. She wants to basically like heal them. So it's like martial arts, but in a way, the end result is her healing them with making them happy. Just very imaginative ways like that happens per se. Um, it's just one of those, man. You got to cop this joint. This is one for the collection, and there's no other way about it. If you like films, this got to go in there. Not these kind of films don't roll around, especially in the streaming era. They just
So, is there any chance for a sequel, or is this a good one-off?
This is a great one-off. It concludes,
Hmm.
and there's no sequel. I would hate to see a spin-off. Sure, I mean, with the premise, it's with the technology or the ability to do that, there's more they could do with it.
Hmm.
But with the set of characters, their character arc is complete. There's no reason to return to this cast of characters, or they could take some of the premise and put it to a different cast. But it'd be hard to top what they did with this film for damn sure.
Okay, okay. I dig that. I dig that. Um, okay, so moving on
I mean, there's no
to.
there's no other film.
Oh, my
Oh,
bad,
go
brother.
ahead.
You no, no, no. Keep cooking, brother. My bad. You got it.
I,
Go ahead,
I was
brother.
gonna say there's no other film where you're gonna see it just has that just a bizarreness, otherworldliness to it, but also just a cinematic core value of just family dynamic and family drama and just being happy. Everyone has those times in life where you just feel like, man, this is so mundane or et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? It just has everything in it, man. Definitely got to go cop this joint.